Ralph Lawler, the Clippers announcers, he and Michael Smith. It's a little controversial. They got suspended for a game.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
hit
on
me.
the list, homeboy.
Okay, yeah, no, it's my bad. I saw it there. But so tell me what happened.
Okay, well, this check the number. We'll get to that in a second. But the Clippers are playing the Grizzlies, the lowly, crappy Grizzlies, and I think the Grizzlies are winning this game. This happened on Friday, and so there's garbage time. So there's a no-name players get thrown there. A center from Iran gets put in, and they never heard of this guy.
That's
So
awesome.
they go off on his name, a little bit about Iran, and they get suspended for some offensive comments. There's a story involved with this team. I'm gonna check that out, Yuki. But as we play this clip number
15.
15, please.
Ahmed Haddadi?
Yeah,
Where's he from?
he's the first Iranian to play in the NBA.
There aren't any Iranian players in the NBA.
He's the only one.
Hisham Iran?
I guess so.
I mean, is that Iran?
Yes.
I mean, the real Iran?
Yes.
Wow. Well, Haddadi. That's Haddadi.
Sure it's not Borat's older brother?
Low Tinsley is back. Gay goes out.
If they ever make a movie about Haddadi, I'm going to get Sacha Baron Cohen to play the part.
Well, Gay had quite a second half with 21 points in the half, getting a greeting from the happy head coach Lionel Hollins. Here's Haddadi. Nice little backdoor pass.
Look at the pass.
I guess those Iranians can pass the ball.
Especially the post players.
Oh, come on. When do I issue the pardon? When do I do it? Okay. Look, I hear the Iranians complaining, and apparently the NBA has heard them as well. The National Iranian American Council encouraged Iranian Americans to contact Fox to complain because Fox was doing the broadcast there, and more than 2,000 people responded apparently. Very outraged at the idea that these announcers might not be aware that Iranians can pass the ball. And of course, the Borat reference was funny and unacceptable. I denounced and rejected. We've got an apology coming up, but first, JR, thoughts?
I just want to get a general roundtable. What do you think, Anna?
It was fine. I didn't
Did you
care.
hear the bad part?
Yeah, I heard all of it. I didn't care.
Which part? Which part was the bad part? I'm just
I
wondering
didn't-
because then if I was listening to that live, I'd go, oh wow, But I wouldn't know which. Like, there's different parts people could find offensive. I don't know which part exactly, that they found offensive.
Well, I think that the fact that he was surprised that there was an Iranian player, like Iranians can't play basketball, compared him to Borat's brother, I guess, and then Iranians can pass the ball. Well, like, of course, they're Iranian Americans, can obviously, right? So I get why they're offended, right? But the question is it a big deal?
Yes.
You think it is?
Yes. Why not? We can get outraged about, what Borat was in about the equivalent. I mean, there's not as much of a history, or it's not history at all in this country as there is for black folks. Like, if you reference a Sambo type character and say, "Look at that black guy out there, he's got some big lips, doesn't he?" It's Borat
Yeah,
was
that would be offensive.
Borat
yes.
was a Sambo character for Middle Eastern people, and if you want to say, "Who is he, Borat?" You mean that Iran? That Iran? It's inferencing that. Watch out! This guy is from Iran. You know what they do? What do they do? Because it's just, and I know. And the thing is, there was no harm. That's the thing. There was no harm intended at all. But they got to at least stand up and say, "You guys have to realize what you're saying here." And it wasn't a big deal. They got suspended for a game. Big deal. But at least they know. We might want to at least think about there's other people in this country. They're Iranian Americans. In fact, he's not even American. Probably this guy plays for the Iranian national team. He doesn't just chill. That's all.
Yes, look, do I agree with JR? I do. Okay, your points, sir, are too reasonable. Okay, and would they have said like, "Oh, there's a German player"? What do the Germans know about basketball? Probably not. But then you know what? It's partly because we're more used to German players and we're not as used to Iranian players. So I'm not deeply outraged. But JR is right. You have to say, hey, it's not cool. There are Iranian Americans. There are Iranians who play basketball. And we can't have you saying that all the time. The question is, so if the question isn't whether the National Iranian American Council should have brought it up. Yeah, that's their job. They got to bring it up, right? Should they have apologized? Yeah, I mean, I don't need them to go crazy. Be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it with the Borat reference. Even though Kazakhstan's in Central Asia and Iran is in the Middle East, kind of. It's actually not even quite. But nonetheless, you see our point. Okay. And by the way, this was their apology. We regret the remarks made by the Clippers announcers Michael Smith and Ralph Lawler during the Wednesday's telecast. While we believe that Michael and Ralph did not intend their exchange to be offensive, in retrospect, the comments were inappropriate. We extend our apologies to Hadai, my bad, and I'm from the Middle East, of the Memphis Grizzlies, and to anyone who was offended, we have addressed the situation with Michael and Ralph and have taken appropriate action. By the way, that's not them apologizing. That's Fox reading an apology for them, because I think that they were like, hell no, I'm not going to apologize for a Borat joke. Okay, look, the bottom line is, don't make a federal case out of it. I hear you, you got to do something, right? But I always think in these situations, what if they had said that about Turk, which is entirely possible. Like the first time they saw Turkaloo in the league, they're probably like, Turks? What the hell's a turkey? Is it Borat's cousin? Okay. But you know what? I get it. So they never saw a Turk playing basketball before. Not the end of the world. Don't fire the dudes, okay? They got a talking to. They get it now. Let's all move on with our lives. Are we not merciful? Are we not merciful?